once again by David Newton, staff writer for ESPN. And his title is "What Falcons Can Learn from the Panthers About Avoiding a Super Bowl Hangover." I'm gonna be straight with you, man, and I hope I'm wrong. I know I'm hedging my bet. And man, I wouldn't be surprised if the Falcons won 6 games next year. I'm serious. I wouldn't be surprised. It seems like they have everything in order. They got a bunch of young talent. They played fantastic this year. You would think the natural progression is, we get a little bit better than we were this year. Everybody's a little bit more seasoned. But it just don't work like that, man. It just don't work like that. You got a bunch of young guys, once again, fragile-minded young guys that suffered a traumatic experience the other night, man. And you're getting rid of all of these coaches. There's a lot of, turmoil in the organization, I would say. They're trying to paint a good face that we're all together, but you get rid of your entire defensive coaching staff. You lose your offensive coordinator who, for the most part, is the reason why your MVP quarterback, played so well this year. It's just hard to believe that they're going to come back and it's going to be forgotten. It just doesn't work like that. It just doesn't work like that. Now, I hope I'm wrong. Listen, clearly y'all know that I rooted for this team, man, from the bottom of my heart. And that I kept it real and I gave them kudos when kudos were due. I'm the only person in America thought the Falcons were going to win in a blowout. Why wouldn't I think that? And I hope that I'm wrong, man, but I could easily see them turning back the clock to last year, not this past year, but the year before or the year before that. Now you're bringing in Steve Sarkisian. You got, as much as they say they're going to use the same terminology and this, that, and the other, and they're going to use the same scheme, it's going to be different. It might be subtle, it might be slight, but it's going to be different. And you just had an opportunity, man. You can't give away opportunities like this. Ask Dan Marino. When Dan Marino made it to the Super Bowl, they thought they were going to go back year after year after year after year. They never made it even back to another Super Bowl. You had a 28-3 lead, and you pissed it away. You pissed it away, man. And I'm good. I'm not going to tear shit up in here like I did this earlier this week on Monday. I'm not going to do that. I'm not going to do that, man, but I just think it's going to be tough, man. I mean, the last time anybody's done it is 93, 94, where they went to back-to-back Super Bowls in a loss. I think the way the stat goes. Yeah. Not since the Buffalo Bills during the 92-93 season has a team that lost the Super Bowl returned to the title game the next year. That's not a good indicator. That's not a good indicator, man. And when you put in all the variables and everything and the emotions of what happened this past Sunday night, man, I hope I'm wrong. I'm going to cheer and root for the Falcons just like I have the past 20-plus years. But it don't look good for the home team going into next season. It doesn't. It just doesn't. Let me read some messages in the chat room on Spreaker.com. From Clay, I'll be damned, Davis. Did the Seahawks make it back to the playoffs after losing the Super Bowl? Yeah, they did. They did make it back to the playoffs, but they didn't win a Super Bowl. The stat that the guy gave about Buffalo was made it to the Super Bowl and made it back the year after they lost the Super Bowl. No, they didn't. From Miss Mocha Lisa Bella. Mocha Lisa Bella, that's funny. The great Mocha Lisa. Says, Doug, why you had to bring up Dan Marino? I mean, it's just to prove a point, just to talk to the point I was trying to make. When Dan Marino got to the Super Bowl, man, it was it like his second year in the league, I think? And they never got close to another Super Bowl, from what I can remember. But you ask anybody at the time, there's plenty of examples of that. When what's his face at Green Bay, when Aaron Rodgers, when Green Bay won their first Super Bowl, you couldn't tell me the Green Bay Packers wasn't going to go to at least and win a couple of Super Bowls following that Super Bowl victory a couple years ago. Not the case. Many years have gone between when they won that Super Bowl and now. So it's just not. I mean, you got parity. There's other teams out there. There's 31 other teams out there trying to go to the Super Bowl too. They're just not going to just bypass the season and let you go back to the Super Bowl because you want to go back to the Super Bowl. It don't work like that. There's 31 other teams. It's parity. It's free agents. It's drafting. It's getting the right fit, the right chemistry in the front office, the right fit on the coaching staff. You don't know what type of chemistry you're going to have. You're bringing in Bryant Young. You're bringing in Steve Sarkisian. A lot of changes have happened, and more changes to happen that are going to come as well. It's just unbelievable to think the obstacles you have ahead of you in saying that we're going to get back to the Super Bowl next year and win it all this time. There's a lot of shit in between now and then. A lot. Yeah, I mean a lot. From Bootsy, the Broncos in 2013 got blown out by the Seahawks in the worst way possible in the Super Bowl and returned 2 years later and made it back and won. That's true. It wasn't the next year. It still, doesn't speak to the stat I gave about the Bills. But you're right. They did do that. So there is hope for the Falcons. I hope it's not too much hope. Let my Cowboys win it first. From Gilliard Road's Finest, Panthers eyeing some O-line free agents. That's their main goal in free agency. From Balls Deep, I'm going to stop saying your damn name, sir. From BD, he says, I'll not only change your name, I'll change your life, baby. Okay, damn, they going for it in the chat room. Yeah, from, who's this, Corey in the chat room. And the Broncos will have a running back next year. We're going to put some foot in asses. Everybody says their team will put foot in asses this coming year. You couldn't tell me the Carolina Panthers weren't going back to the Super Bowl. Another example. You couldn't tell me that. Why would anybody think any different? They had to have been the favorite in the NFC. Nobody saw Dak Prescott and Ezekiel Elliott doing what they did in Dallas, and hosting an NFC Championship game. Nobody saw the Falcons at the beginning of the season, going to the Super Bowl. Remember, the Cleveland Browns were a better favorite to go to the Super Bowl in Vegas than the Falcons. And it's a long journey between now and the Super Bowl. It's a lot. Denise still a Falcon. Good Lord, Denise still a Falcon. Oh, okay. I see your avatars still doing it. Thank you, Denise. Thank you. She says, "Hey, Wody, Denise up in the chat room, man. She having a good time. Thank you, Denise, for having a good time in the chat room." Exhibitionist. From Barbershop Sports Talk Podcast, what up, folk? He says the Falcons want some ray of hope to go back to the Super Bowl. Look to the 2014 Spurs and 2015 Kansas City Royals. Both those teams had lost the championship game in heartbreaking fashion their first trip there and got back to the big game the next year and won it all. Very good examples. It's baseball and basketball, not football, though. Not football. And I don't want to sound like a negative Ned or whatever, man. Part of this angst and, my attitude towards this going into the next year, which is a long way away, before they even start training camp, is what happened the other night, man. It's hard for me to be positive, man, after what happened the other night. I got to be honest with you. I got to shoot you straight. It's just hard. It's just hard. And I'm done with this. We put a bow on this. We're done with this. Monday, we won't even bring up Super Bowl 51 starting Monday. I promise you. But Friday, 5 days after what happened Sunday night, man, this shit still hurts. And I mean it. I'm moving on. That was the last story that I brought up in connection with the Super Bowl this past Sunday. I am moving on. I am done. I am done. But as of right now, before we clock out of this show, it still hurts. And it's still going to hurt, but I'm just not going to talk about it anymore. How about that? We just put it that way. From Grego, I will call it and talk Super Bowl. Shut up, Grego. 28-3. 28-3. Nobody even talks a lot about the possession where they had where the Patriots tried some old slick shit and they tried that onside kick. Falcons were already in New England territory and just continued to just melt down. All you needed was one more point. You didn't even need a field goal. You needed one more point. You would have got 3 with a field goal. Several opportunities in a whole half of football to get 3 points, and you couldn't do it. You couldn't do it. Let's get out of here, man.
When Tupac was around, he wanted to raise a nation of thugs. But I think it's only right for me to raise a nation of thugs.
Yeah.
Frank Cole, Ernest Just, Oscar Cooper.
Yeah. I'm done. With it. I'm done with it. We moving on, man. College basketball, NBA talk, heavy coming up this Monday. Starting this Monday. I'm done with it.
Sons of blood and thunder.
Hey, shouts out to my man Waterhead Walter, Poe Politicking, Brandon Butler, Larry the Benefactor, my man Pink Gator for this hot ass track right here. Shouts out to the Q's. Dwayne Bassan, Gerald Oliveri, my engineers, thank y'all for a great job today. And a special shout out to all of the Stewies, man. Without you, there is no me. Thank you very much. We'll do it again Monday, 10 a.m. Eastern time. All right? We're back to the old original time. 10 a.m. to 1 p.m. Eastern time, right here on the Stewart Media and Entertainment Network. We'll be dropping a new YouTube video here in a couple of hours. So be on the lookout for that. TDSS on YouTube.com. Make sure you subscribe to the YouTube channel, as well as go back and listen to and watch old episodes of The Doug Stewart Show on YouTube, and listen to old episodes of The Doug Stewart Show at TDSSOSpreaker.com. And to hear all of the episodes ever, go to TheDougStewartShow.com and become a premium member. It's only $4 a month. You'll be glad you did. We'll do it again Monday. Same Doug Stewart time. Same Doug Stewart channel. Y'all be careful on them streets. Peace.
Ernest Just, Oscar Cooper, Edgar Love, 4 founders, sons of blood and thunder. I'm wrecking for the Q, I know it make you wanna. Frank Coleman, Ernest Just, Oscar Cooper, Edgar Love, 4 founders, sons of blood and thunder. I'm wrecking for the Q, I know it make you wanna. I'm always in the queue, but you ain't know. I'm resolute to the boot, you don't give me though. In that pack over there, that my dog team. Before I came out the womb, I had purple dreams. Schizo, that my line name. And A the Mule, that my chain gang. From my yard to any yard, I put that on my life. The Q's going hard. A whole nation full of blood. Do your duty. Lift it up. This ain't about yourself. Ain't about your kids. Jail as a unit, and we gon' run the ship. The greatest rap on the planet Earth. But make no mistake, God, I put you first. See, I know my place, and I stand my ground. Q's in the sky, we gon' hold it down. Frank Cole, Ernest Just, Oscar Cooper, Edgar Love.